Hey everybody, John Good here. Hello and greetings from Chicago, Illinois. Different day, different time, different traffic. Same city, but hey, it's a new day every day, right? Anyway, we are down to 303 miles to Cincinnati, Ohio. Our scheduled delivery date is tomorrow at noon. Reinhardt Foods on Shepherd Avenue, I believe. And then from there we deadhead about, not that far really, about 5 miles maybe or less. And then we're gonna pick up our load, and that goes back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for either I'm sure that would probably be Thursday morning maybe. Yeah, it's got to be a Thursday morning delivery, but who knows, it might be another one of those straight shot, same day delivery. You know, truck drivers always win when the customer needs the product, especially when the assembly line shuts down because the product just needs to be there. It's amazing how fast they'll unload you. But most of the time, they like to play games with you. I can't help but notice, and I'm a little excited. In fact, I'm very excited to see the transformation of the Philippine government and Philippine people, because now we have this newly elected president who is known to rule with an iron fist. In fact, rumor has it that this guy used to be a mayor. Rumor has it that he's got this group of vigilantes that if they can't get you in a proper law, they'll get you one way or another. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's the kind of reputation that he has, and he's very, very harsh to the criminals, especially drug dealers. I mean, this guy he doesn't mind saying it on TV. If you're a drug dealer and drug pushers, I will kill you. I mean, that's the kind of president he is. He doesn't mind saying that to the world, and he often gets criticized because of that. But he's also the same guy that appoints police and militaries and government appointees, and he will flatly tell them, do your job properly and honestly, I will die for you. But if you become corrupt, I will kill you. Now, we haven't had a president like that for at least 30 years or more. Well, the last president that was somewhat like that was President Marcos, and he too ruled with an iron fist. Although in later years, he was corrupted by his wife, and we all know the story of the ill-gotten wealth of the President Marcos and Imelda Marcos having 3,000 pairs of shoes, or however that was. See, Filipinos are known to be, I don't know, polite, soft-spoken, non-abrasive, and for the last so many presidents, it's all been a big show of the human rights and the political correctness and all that stuff, and they show the certain face to the public where they are good people, and we all see that every day. And yet, look at the country; it's been rampant with drug dealers and the most corrupt government. I think it's either number 2 most corrupt government in the world, and the police are the what's behind the drug dealing. So what I'm trying to say is, for a person like me who sees the Constitution as an anchor of a big ship on a really stormy seas, I believe the Constitution word for word, but there's a point that I also recognize that the Constitution will be used to eat up its own people. Where do you draw the line of the political correctness and to protect certain individuals' rights, and yet the effect is somewhat like a snake eating its own tail? At some point, I guess we have to start over. But anyway, this guy, this President Rodrigo Duterte, he's been, one of his campaign slogan was, he's gonna clean up the country, and he's gonna kill, one way or the other, he's gonna kill drug dealers and criminals. And he vowed to clean up the Philippines of drug dealers within 6 months of his presidency. I tell you what, man, if you look at the news in the Philippines, there's a lot of people that have already surrendered. In fact, I was kind of laughing at this the other day, because there's been so many people that surrendered, just drug users and drug dealers. They've surrendered, and yet they're having a hard time what to do with these guys, because drug rehabilitation centers in the Philippines is, well, not really in existence. So they got all these people that are drug addicts, and the government is not yet ready for them. The structure is not there. I think the president has only been in office for less than 2 weeks or a month, and he's got the old government officials running scared. I mean, man, I tell you, some of these guys that are they just surrendered. Some has even left the country. I think here's a funny one. The drug kingpins of the Philippines have put all their resources together, and there's a bounty on the president's head. I think it's $1 billion, 1 billion pesos. And this guy's motto is, a reporter asked him, he says, "Are you going back home for a certain vacation or whatever, blah, blah, blah?" I said, "Aren't you scared of the bounty that's on your head?" His reply was, "Well, it's not the life I have is not mine to give or to take. It's not the drug dealers either. It's when God says it's my time, it's my time." This guy is fearless. I mean, he just... And so far, so good. The people in the country are just so fed up with empty promises of these politicians. You know how fed up the people are in the Philippines? It's a very common practice in the Philippines that during elections, candidates will spend billions of pesos to buy your vote. I mean, nationwide, they will literally buy your vote. Every election does that. Well, it's so bad that people voted for this current president now without even buying their votes. They sacrifice what's always been done and not sold their votes because they're sick and tired of it. Although there are certain people that took the money and still voted for this guy. So, pretty exciting time for the Philippines. It's a lot of people think that the only way it can be done is through martial law. And Philippines is not what's the word I'm looking for? They're not new to martial law. When President Marcos was in, even though he was a very corrupt president, or his wife was, the president was, the country was very prosperous. Did you know that the Philippines used to be known as the Pearl of the Orient? That was somewhat the nickname back then. We are down to 291 miles to Cincinnati, Ohio. Once again, thank you for watching. Have a good and godly day, everybody. Peace.